One of the games that I brought home from GenCon was Street Masters by Blacklist Games. This was one that I did not expect to bring home with me, but after visiting the booth and talking with Adam and Brady Sadler for a while, they changed my mind. It's not a theme that I would normally get into. It didn't seem like it was a style of game that I would normally be into, but it was the first one that I decided to bring to the table when I got home, and so far, so good. In fact, I liked it so much that I wanted to actually find a way to store it well. I know that they have the Aftershock Kickstarter that happened and I think should be fulfilling somewhat soon, which I know that I could order eventually and get a bunch of extras and a big box to store everything. But in the case that I don't do that, and for the convenience of playing now, I decided to go ahead and organize everything. So everything came together really well, and I figured I would just showcase that to show you how it looks, and maybe you've got all this stuff too, and maybe it would inspire you to do a little organization of your own. I don't know, but let's check out and see what I did. I believe at this point, without any of the Aftershock stuff from Kickstarter, that I picked up everything possible that there was to get, which included the base game, the stretch goals, 2 of these boxed expansions, along with another box expansion which allowed you to play a bunch of the enemies and rivals. Maybe it was just enemies, I don't remember, but you could play them as fighters. I also got another little small white box, and then another box that was like some crossover from another game, and got some extra dice. So pretty much everything that they sold for this at Gen Con I picked up, which again surprised me because this wasn't something that I thought I would get. I did enjoy playing Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo back when I was younger, but when I look at this sort of style of artwork, I mean, I don't have anything else like this on my shelves, but after watching these guys play a little bit, I just thought cooperative punching and kicking, I mean, that does sound kind of cool. So anyway, I got it all organized in a way that I really like this here. So the smaller boxes are gone, and I don't need those anymore. This box I'm not using. It's totally empty, so no need for that. And then I guess we'll start with the smaller stuff and move to the big one. So in Twin Tiger here, figured I had to use this because it has Adam and Brady on there. This is where I'm keeping all of the miniatures. So I use 3/8 inch foam core, and I just basically split it into 9 even compartments. And if you're using the 3/8 inch foam core, it's somehow worked out nearly perfectly that each of these squares is 3 inches and 3/4. So if you cut this to the full length, cut 2 of these full length, and then cut the rest of these at 3 inches and 3/4, it pretty much works out perfectly, and they're all even. Except for, I guess, these 2 I reinforced because they're just glued on right here. So a little extra reinforcement. But otherwise, they all either stand up or just toss them in. Doesn't really matter, but they are all separated by enemy deck, with the exception of the heroes, which are all in the middle. And this was I don't know the name of the enemy deck, but it just comes with the boss, and then all of the minions are chips. And then this extra figure of this dude that you can play as a fighter, he just didn't quite fit in here, so I just tossed him in there. So this is all the allies and rivals, and then, yeah, all of the enemy decks. So this worked out great. I'm definitely loving that. So that's all the miniatures. And then this box is pretty straightforward. It has just all of the rule books. I did get this compendium, and then it has all of the stage tiles. So everything fits in there quite nicely. So nothing complicated with that. Literally just took the box and put stuff in it. No customization needed. And then here's where most of the work went into. So All right. As you can see, off the bat, this side right here is all of the fighters, their story decks, the allies' rivals. Fit really nicely. Now, one thing of note is that I did not sleeve this game. If I do sleeve this game, then it changes everything. So, given that these decks are going to be shuffled frequently, I may eventually get there. I've just been sleeving so much stuff lately that it gets very expensive. So I decided not to with this one, but we'll see where that goes. But this right here is all of the enemies and stages, all the fighters and everything. They are in 2 separate boxes that I made with the foam core. And then in this part here, I've got all the different tiles, mostly organized. Some I just didn't want to make sections that were super small. Have a number of other things mixed in, but otherwise fairly well organized. The loot cards here have a little, I put like a spacer thing on the bottom so that I can easily just, pick them up, as you can see right there. So then they're not sticking to the bottom. All the dice fit in nicely here. And then this can be removed. And then I've got all the rest of the stuff. So health chips, all of the punch, grapple, and kick chips is all removable. And even these card boxes are removable as well. So you can set these around the table however you want. And it kind of makes for a nice, easy dish in a way, I guess, to keep things organized really well. And then once you're all done, you got it all ready to go, you just whip it back in and pack it all up, and that's it. So this definitely makes it really easy and nice to get it to the table and get it off the table. And it didn't really take that long. And I would imagine that after, well, I don't know how many games, but eventually the time that it took for me to build all this stuff will pay for itself in put up and take down time. So we'll see, but this is definitely working out well. Really love it. So thought I would share. And I hope to definitely do some playthroughs on Street Masters, as well as probably a review. I don't do a lot of reviews on this channel, but this is definitely a game that surprised me. Like I said, I didn't think I'd own it. It just didn't look that appealing, but another lesson in not judging a book by its cover. I love cooperative stuff, and I'm about 3 games in so far, and have really enjoyed the mechanics, or I guess I should say mechanisms, in this game, and really having a good time with it. My 12-year-old son is playing with me as well, and he's really loving it. So yeah, I could share a bunch so far, but I'll hold my tongue, get a bunch more plays underway, get some playthroughs up, and then have more rounded and experienced opinions to come at. So, all right, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll definitely get to you. And if you're interested in Street Masters, definitely go check out Blacklist Games' website. And I guess I don't know what is available there or not, but go check them out. Thanks again.